Hello everybody, this is the Guy Plays Games, and today I am doing a Crossout 101 guide. This guide I will cover all the basic buttons of the home screen, as well as the extra information of all the other buttons, as well as the battle information. First off, I will explain how I'm gonna work with this guide, which will go from top left to top right, bottom left to bottom right. Okay, first off, the garage. The garage is your basic menu where you can see your own rig, get your build, battle, test drive buttons, as well as to select the different kinds of vehicles, weapon selection, blueprints, information, as well as your general chat. Then the second one is the friends button. The friends button, where if you enter here a player name, you can search them up and add them to your friends list. You can then whisper to them, which is personal chat. This will find the group or clans. Groups are basically party or squad systems, most like other games, which allow you to queue together and get into the same match. Now, clans. Clans are purely for the tournaments and the clan wars, which are specifically to get the special part, the resource ore, the uranium. Gonna look up the market. Uranium ore. Uranium ore is a really rare ore, and it's used to craft the relic parts, porcupine, scorpion, and firebug. However, if you're a new player, don't really bother about this too much, because this is really for the end game, because you need multiple legendaries and a lot of resources to craft them. Next up is the faction step. The faction step shows off the 5 current factions in the game: engineers, lunatics, nomads, scavengers, and steppenwolves. For the engineers you start a faction, and you will always have it selected. Well, the other 4s are only can switch out, so here you can see change faction, and this one is level 25 only plus. So anyway, these 3 factions are for rares, epics, legendaries, 4. And this one is only for the commons, rares, as well as the relics. For the engineers, you will need to get into level 10, and then you can select one of these. And you get to level 25, you get the Steppenwolves. Each faction will give you a select vehicle blueprint selection, which allows you to test drive the different parts, try them out in a test drive mode. For example, the miner. The miner rig allows you to test out the Judge 76mm cannon, as well as the 2 light machine guns. So you press here to test drive, you can drive it around, and use it against your own build. Other factions also have this, but these are a little bit more advanced. I mean, this one has 2 rares instead of the other one, which only has 1. This one already has an epic. As well as you get further on, you even get the legendaries to try out. With the only exception being at the moment is the Hurricane, which is not tryable, because this one only aspires, this one only aspires as well, so the Mammoth for the legendary tryout. And for every faction also gives you a set amount of equipment parts. Equipment parts are just the buildable parts, as well as for in the engineer's case are extra vehicle part increase, as well as daily fuel limit increase. Each faction will, every time you level up, you get a specific amount of structure parts, which will allow you to build bigger vehicles. For the engineers, you also get the vehicle part limit, which determines how many parts you can have on a single vehicle, which goes all the way up to 80. And the final one, however, if you own one of the bigger packs from the shop, you can start out with 55 parts, which and to get an increase you have to get all the way to level 19. I want to point that out. And also for the engineers, you start out with 60 fuel. However, after you get into level 10, you get a daily fuel limit of 200. The engineers also have the unique fact that you can get untradeable paints, which, for example, for level 50 you can get a white or sandstorm, it's called, or tornado, red, as well as this special container for level 10, which will give you a rare part, as well as some random vehicle portrait, which you can use to get your own avatar. And on to the market. The market is where you can buy and sell parts. You can see your parts, my offers, which says which parts you bought and sold at the moment, or you're putting on sale or want to buy. And also history, which can show you what is the history of your buying orders. Anyway, for these parts you get a lot of you can try out a lot of different parts, and you can then, for example, if I go to my storage, I can decide to sell an auger. This time I'm gonna quick sell it. And you can see here to the coins that my coins went up. You can also sell different parts. You can literally just sell all the kinds of parts. In my case, I want to sell a few parts. I want to get enough money for the humpback. So go back to this market. See the jawbreaker. Buy. Get an order and buy it. Now I own the jawbreaker cabin, which I can now use on my vehicle. If I remove this spare cabin, which I got from my pack, I can decide to add the different cabin. However, in this time it doesn't fit, then I will need to use the Fury cabin, Huntsman, or the as one as I got the bear. Anyway, the market, you can search parts by name right here, for example jawbreaker. If you enter that in, you only get a jawbreaker part. Also, you got different types of categories right here. This here is for your cabins only. This one is for weapons, as you can see. Hardware is all the modules, such as generators, drones, scopes, as well as ammo packs, etc., etc. Movement parts are for wheels, tracks, as well as mech legs. And structure parts is currently non-available because they decided to remove buyable and sellable armor parts. However, they did not remove it from this list, so just ignore that one. Decker parts are special parts that can basically structure parts that can increase the experience gain per match. Currently, there is a maximum amount of plus 100% experience, which for that you will need a total of 25 legendary decor parts, which are 4% each, or around 33 epics or 50 rares. So you really want to only. It can give you a small bonus, but try to stick around 25% unless you want to go for a specific grinding build. Anyway, dice are specific parts that can color your vehicles. They do not give any. They do not have any stats, but they just give extra looks. For resources, they're just resources which you can use for the crafting and infections. And finally, you got the alt tab for all of them. And here you got rarity, common, rare, epic, legendary, and relic parts. If you click one of these, it will only show off parts of that rarity, but you can also select multiple at a time. And actually, then I realized I forgot the explanatory of the for the workbenches. For workbench, you have to rent a workbench. In my case, I already rent them, so I don't have to do it again. But you can have a choice between 5, 10, or 50 parts. The 5 part one is of course the cheapest. However, it's more expensive per part build. So you can the best thing to do is save up on some coins and buy that 15 one, because you will save some money. Anyway, to craft a part, you will need resources as well as a various kind of parts. For example, to make this a little bit, I will need scrap metal, copper, 3 Avengers 57mm cannons, 2 carjacks, and 2 Huntsman cabins. Well, for example, the Spitfire, you will need 3 low power shotguns, as well as 2 carjacks, but 2 steering wheel small ones. Again, for the repair, you're gonna need machine guns, darker cabins, as well as small wheels. The resources for rares are all the same, being scrap metal and copper. Well, for example, for the epics, you will need wires and extra, and for the legendaries, you will need extra electronics. And again, go back to the relics, you're gonna need extra uranium ores. Also, the requirement of certain parts does increase. For example, to make epics, you will need rares, and for legendaries, you will need epics. Anyway, on to the next one. Storage. Storage is where all your parts are stored. The selection bar here is actually exactly the same. Frame, weapons, hardware, movement, structure, attacker, dice, and storage. Resources. And here you got base is an extra and added rarity, as well as the normal rarities. The base rarity is it falls under the gorilla cabin, as well as the hornet machine guns, as well as the normal armor parts. All of these parts here are not tradable, and basically they're very basic parts. Generally, you want to upgrade from those parts as quickly as possible if they're functional. For example, the hornet, you want to upgrade to the sword as quickly as possible. For the gorilla, you want to get to the huntsman as fast as possible as well. You also got a sort by type. Power score, energy, mass, structure, news first, by sell price, or by buy price. This can help you search parts on basically if you know you're gonna need one that has a high energy requirement. For example, the war ones 6 energy, you can instantly select it like this. However, I like it to keep it at type because that's how I always use it. And we also got a fusion tab, but I suggest not using it just yet. Like I said before, you need 3 parts of the same type, so you need to get 3 of them, 3 rares, and this is actually only for rares or better, so you cannot fuse common parts, but you can get a small boost. This is useful for if you have an entirely full storage and you need to get rid of some parts, or unless you're already endgame, you do not really know what to do anyways. You also got here, you can see the total sell price, so how much your entire inventory is worth, as well as the storage space used. To get more storage space, you're gonna need storage expansions, which are found under the legendary tab of the crafting benches, which also have blueprint storage for getting blueprints. Anyway, on to the next one, it's the shop. The shop can get you new packs, being the Snakebite, Mortarfly, Midgar, Tramp, and Immortal Warriors. The Snakebite is the least expensive one, and the Mortal Warrior is the most expensive one, but also the Mortal Warrior is also the biggest and the best one. And then finally you can get coins. You can buy coins separately for an X amount of money. Onto the exhibition. Exhibition allows you to share cars, Leviathans, and as well look at your own ones. In my example, I got my grinder and my wasp rig, as well as my monolith rig online. Here, these ones can be liked and downloaded by other players, as well as tests driven by the owners. For example, you see, I can test drive my own cars, but I can also go to these cars. For example, take the this APC and test drive it. Drive around with it, use the machine gun, use the rocket launchers, use the little cars, etc. Then you got the Leviathans. Leviathans are special vehicles that are driven by AI only. For example, if I just press this test drive, you can see that my cannons automatically fired. I will not look at these, and all the guns will rotate automatically and fire automatically, so you cannot fire the guns yourself. These vehicles are really big because they get plus 100 part limit, a plus 50 energy limit, as well as a plus 50,000 mass limit. which allows you to build enormous rigs, just like this one, or this one. Just a thruster back thrusters a little bit. It's really functional, but fun anyways. Now for the season missions are special missions that take 2 weeks at a time, and they can give you separate rewards. The easy one is done with easy missions in raids, as well as normal normal PvP missions, and it rewards you scrap metal. The medium one gives you a wondrous crate will give you any rare part, but it has to be done in normal raids. While the hard one will give you a random epic part, but you have to do it in hard raids, which is really difficult. Anyway, on to the next parts. Here is your fuel gauge, which is used on the battle raids. For example, this one costs 40, this one costs 100, which is the hard ones, and these ones cost 20, which are easier. As well as your amount of coins. Under here, this is your level, as well as the after selection one. If you click it, you can get your different portraits. In my case, I got my USA one, which I have been using ever since it came out. It's one of my favorite ones. And if you're wondering, some of these are only obtainable by buying packs, or if you have played the closed beta. So if you do not have all of these available, yeah, that will probably just be like that. And here you got the medals, which can give you it really just prestige, kill units, or do sort of raids. As just following, you can see your own progress. Here you can see different the PvE raids, PvP missions, level up, market stuff, manufacturing, so just general other things. Here you got your stickers, which you can gain by just playing a game. For example, if you get this one, you need to take down 2 drones in one single match. Then you get the Exterminator 2. Well, before we do the normal Exterminator, to destroy 1 drone, to Exterminator 3, you have to destroy 3 drones. Here you got your guide, which gives you where you can see the item cards of every single part in the game, which can be useful if you need to compare different types of weapons, or if you wanna see what parts you wanna use. It also shows off all the different kinds of paints, which you can see there are a total of 50 different kinds of paints, which is quite a lot. Here you can see as well see your history, which you can see what parts you have gotten for a mission, and if it was a victory or defeat, and as well as the date you played it and on the map. So also which kind of mission, for example, get a shotgun or get a machine gun. Here you got the challenges tab. Challenges can you got 3 main challenges, which you can do in either missions or raids, and they will reward you scrap. And here you got the container parts, which you get for spending an X amount of hours in the game every week, which will reset weekly as well. These ones you'll get them daily, and you got a maximum of 3 again. You do not lose them over time. They will be there forever until you... Sorry about that, but you can use this little button right here to switch out a raid. For example, this one is Exterminator Cannons, destroy 50 eye wheels or raids using a cannon. And I don't really like that one, because I dislike using cannons in raids, so I try to switch it out. In this one, I need to complete 10 missions, 10 PvP missions, which is rather doable, so I'm quite happy with that, because you can only do that once every 24 hours. Here you got your options. Return to normal one, options, controls, screens. There's also the escape button. That's the same thing. Here bottom you got a little chat window, general chat. I do want to point out you do have to abide like standard chat rules, aka no profanity, no spamming, no discrimination, or there's also a rule that you cannot discuss any political issues or faith related issues, so please stay clear of that, or you can get like either muted or even kicked or banned. Here you got your normal selection one as well as Leviathan. Leviathan is locked until you're level 17. I myself am only level 14, almost level 15, so I cannot use it just yet. Here you got your weapon setup. In my example I only got one weapon, but so I cannot really show it, but I'll remove it. And I got some little short machine guns. Pop them over from a wiggle, You can see I got 4 different weapons on the screen. This one, for example, is on left mouse button, as you can see here. You can also change it to right mouse button. Number 1, 2, or 3, or 4, or F. In my example, I will just pop them on different ones. And I'll just drive it, and you can see they're all on different buttons if you could look at the bottom. And I can outfire one gun at the same time. Which can help you if you, for example, I cannot fire at the moment. I cannot fire this one or this one. I can fire this one or that one. Which can help you control your fire if you wanna fire only one gun, etc, etc. For now I'll just place my main gun down, however. And here you get your blueprints tab. Blueprints allow you to save your own vehicles. You load your faction vehicles or pack vehicles. And you can see here you can also see the Fang one, but you cannot load it or whatever, you need to buy it first. Also, certain ones do have a unique parts that are only obtainable using these certain packs. For example, the Fang pack. It has the front bumper, as well as the side fenders, as well as this rear part and the rear part here, which are only obtainable using the Fang pack. For Snappy pack, you got the Dexter cabin, as well as this little front thing, which is this pack and these fenders here. I do want to point out that the Snappy pack is only obtainable using the if you have played the close battle test, which was obtainable by buying one of the packs or having access beforehand. If you do not have played the close battle test, you cannot get Snappy, but you can buy the Duster pack separately on the market. The Iron Talon one has the aircraft engine as a unique part. The Tramp pack has the Bear cabin. Thunder pack has the Fury cabin, and the Revenant has the Carapace cabin. I do want to point out that all these cabins, the engine and this cabin, all those non-armor parts are all obtainable by the market. For example, if you go here, Carapace. You can see I do own one already, but I can buy it. However, these parts, because they're pretty rare, they are also kind of expensive. And finally, the vehicle information. Here you can see your power score, which is your matchmaking rating. The higher your power score, the stronger opponents you will face. Then you got the structure. This is the total health of your own vehicle. You got energy, which determines how big and what kind of weapons you can put on. This one, for example, drains 6 energy. And for example, short only 2, so I can place it short for somewhere here, but I do not really want to, so I can keep it like this. The only way to earn energy is by getting better cabins. For example, the Bear cabin has 10, while the Gorilla only has 7, while the Jawbreaker and Trucker, as well as the Carapace, all have 11. Or you can equip a generator. This one has 2 points, this one 1 point, and you also got the 2 other ones, which are the Scavenger one, which also gives 2. Here you got it, have a generator. As well as the Lunatic Epic one, which the gas generator gives you 3. I do have a guide on this one, and I will make another video about these parts, so please stay tuned about that. But for now, I'm just gonna stick to this little guide. Anyway, on to the next one, the mass. A small max speed penalty is added if you go pretty high, and if you cross this maximum mass limit, you cannot get into a match anymore. So do watch out for how high your mass is. So I will go to my save rigs and save the rig I got right here, and load up this monster, which is my specific raid rig for the invasion. This one has 1500 out of 22,000 mass, and if you can see, it is very slow. I actually had to add the big engine on the back in order to actually get it moving, because for example, if I remove this one, it's even slower accelerating. And also it only has a max of 1800 mass. Also got the acceleration and speed values here. Go load up this little rig again. You can see this one does have pretty nice acceleration and speed. Well, if you load this one, you can see that the stats are lower. Anyway, this will conclude the first guide. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next one. Capitalist Games here, and see you next time. Bye bye.